Yo, hi guys, it's Nickelodeon here with the Samsung Galaxy S4 along the left hand side and the HTC One along the right hand side. Now both devices use quad-core CPUs, 2 gigs of RAM, and both are running stock Android Jelly Bean 4.2.2, and as you can see down here, both devices include their own stock web browser. So in this video we're going to be using Chrome on both devices, see how they handle websites, how fast they load them up, and how they handle text and images as well. So without further ado, let's get into Chrome on both. And I should also mention that we've cleared the caches on both as well. The first website that we're going to be searching for here is going to be the BBC News website, because that always has a lot of content. So we'll get that loaded up in the search listings here. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Unfortunately, that's gone to the mobile versions of the website, but not a problem. Let's head over to the full desktop version. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And the HTC One's halfway across, same as the S4. Have a look at the bars. HTC One was finished, and I think the S4 was very, very close behind it, but I think the HTC One had it ever so slightly there, but I may have to check back the footage. So let's take a look at how it handles text zooming in and out, the HTC One. See if you get any of that fluffy or fuzziness of the text as you pinch and zoom into it. I've got to admit, it's very hard to tell, but I think it's there ever so slightly. You can barely notice it, but I think it is there. The fuzziness of the text is very, very faint, and marginally you can possibly not even tell depending on how good your eyesight is. But it's a split second, it is actually there as you're zooming in, and then it sharpens up. So let's have a look on the Galaxy S4 here. Yeah, the fuzziness, ooh, you can definitely notice it a little bit more on the Galaxy S4. It's more blurry than fuzzy, but yeah, it is definitely still there. So let's take a look at some images, see how they look. Whoops, let's go back into the same page and let's take a look at, say, a picture of that bee. I'm zooming in quite heavily though, so let's see if we can load up the same one on the HTC One. Look at the colour reproduction, the Super AMOLED screen of the Galaxy S4, the HTC One looking almost perfect there. Back over at the search engine, and this time we're going to be searching for the Telegraph, which is a UK based newspaper. So there we go, get that loaded up on the HTC One. See if we can get my spelling right. There we go, the Telegraph on the Galaxy S4 as well. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Look how fast the HTC One's loading up the mobile site even, so we'll ignore that listing. Let's scroll down to the bottom and load up the full-blown website. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Both going straight to half. HTC One edging across the S4. Look at the HTC, and the S4's done, and then the HTC One. So one apiece so far. I think the HTC had the first BBC website, and the S4 had the Telegraph marginally though, very, very close indeed. So let's take a look at the HTC One first of all. Have a look at the text. You can barely notice any fuzziness there at all. No checkerboarding. Ooh, did you see some of that black checkerboarding effect around the edges as we zoomed in and out there? See if the Galaxy S4 does the same as well. So have a look at the text. See the blurriness then? You could actually notice it there on that website, and the checkerboarding, the black checkerboarding as we zoom in and out is definitely more apparent. So it's loaded the website in full, but zooming in and out, look at that performance. Both devices doing the same, but the Galaxy S4 checkerboarding, or the black checkerboarding, quite heavily while you're zooming in and out there. The HTC One wasn't quite as bad. Fuzziness of the text is still there for a split second. Barely noticeable by the naked eye. So let's see if you can scroll down and get to a picture. Oh, there we go. This guy will do. So let's scroll on the HTC One, get him to be as big. And look at that. So Super AMOLED screen here, the Galaxy S4 almost gives this person's face a totally different colour in comparison to the HTC One, where the HTC One's face, or the picture of this person, almost looks as if he's really ill in comparison to the S4's. Definitely look around the top of the hair area on the S4, almost looks as if It's not quite as dark as on the HTC, and almost seems as if there's slightly more detail there, but I'll leave that up to you. It may just be me. Back at the search engine, and this time we're going to be searching for Nickelodeon on both. So here we go, Nickelodeon there, and there we go, Nickelodeon on the S4 as well. So here we go, nick.co.uk on both. 3, 2, 1, go. Both edging across really quick. The HTC One, I don't know who won that one, but I think the HTC One may have had that ever so slightly ahead of the Galaxy S4. I may have to watch the status bars whizzing across there on the video replay. But look how quick it loaded up both the websites, not going to the mobile sites, going straight to the full-blown websites themselves. You can see there's a bit of flash content there because it hasn't loaded some parts of the screen. Let's take a look at the HTC One first of all. Zooming in and out. Obviously you'd expect a lot more pictures on these types of sites because they're mainly aimed at children, and who wants to read a lot of text anyway? So let's have a look. And fuzziness of the text barely noticeable there, but as we saw from the previous website, it is definitely still there, so whether or not you can actually catch it. And that looks like that's some sort of image as a text, or text as an image rather. That's why it's appearing fuzzy, but definitely the colors looking very, very good indeed on the HTC One. No checkered boarding type of effect as we zoom in and out there. Loaded the website very, very quick indeed. So Galaxy S4, zooming in and out, a bit more snappier. I do like the zooming in and out of the Galaxy S4, just seems a little bit more snappier than pretty much any other device I've played around with, to be fair. Snappy doesn't necessarily mean smooth now, it just means quick, so I definitely prefer it, but it's down to individual preference more than anything else. So let's have a look. If we go down to some actual text, whoops, if you can get that straight again, there we go. Because there isn't a lot of text on this particular website, it's very hard to notice the fuzziness of the text, but you can hardly notice it whatsoever on this particular website. The colours looking very, very good indeed on the Galaxy S4, as you'd expect with the Super AMOLED screens there. So let's have a look, see if we can zoom in, say, on this guy's face. And we'll do the same on the HTC One. That's a bit too much, I think, there, but we'll take a look, see how that looks. And if you have a look at his hair on the Galaxy S4 here, it almost looks as if it's more detailed than the HTC One there, because it doesn't seem quite as dark as it does on the HTC One there. And certainly it's noticeable on the red on his t-shirt. It seems more darker on the HTC One than it does on the Galaxy S4 handset. Both devices looking very, very good indeed. Both loading up websites incredibly quick. The loading of the text and images was on a par against each other. No major differences really. While pinching and zooming on the Galaxy S4, particularly on the Telegraph website, there was a sort of a black checkerboarding blurriness effect while we were zooming straight into the text and images on the screen, which you didn't kind of get on the HTC One. So the HTC One performing slightly better. It got 2 out of the 3 websites that we went to loading up slightly faster, that I could see anyway. I may have to watch the footage back on the camera to see if it actually did load the pages slightly faster, but particularly on the first look, it looks like it won 2 out of the 3 of those page loads. But let me know in the comment section down below there what you think, or if you've got a different device that handles images and text on web pages or loads of web pages faster than the 2 that I've got here. And as ever, any comments or questions you guys have got, hit them up in the comment section down below there. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video and you like what you saw, and if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. It's also down there as well, doesn't cost you a penny, and you can also check out some of our forthcoming videos. Thanks for watching, have a wicked day, and we'll see you next time.